Well, a second vlog. And I did say I was going to return for a second vlog. And considering so many of us have been stuck in our local towns, where better to show off than some of the new game stores that have popped up in my local town. With restrictions easing, I do eventually plan on expanding these vlogs to better and more exciting places. The lockdowns clearly had a great impact on a lot of businesses on the high streets here in Scotland. But despite the departure of a lot of big businesses and household names, I've actually noticed a lot of nice little places just opening up. So I'm just going to share with you some of the gaming related things that I picked up around town recently, and this time accompanied by my pet dog and best friend, Willow. So first up, we're just going to go back to Kegs, which is a store that I shared last time, and it can be really good for picking up used games, and in my case especially PlayStation 2 games. About a year and a half ago I set a goal to try and collect every PS2 game possible. And although I know that's pretty much impossible, I've already managed to collect nearly 600, mainly due to the fact that most go for such a low price. Today in Kex I managed to pick up Roller Coaster World for 50p, which was never quite as good as Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I did enjoy it back in the day. Terminator 3 Rising Machines, again for 50p, which was one that I did enjoy but never completed, and Summoner 2 for £1, which I've never actually heard of before. And then just round the corner we're going back again to the Warhammer Games Workshop, and this store was celebrating its 25th year anniversary. Despite the struggle and decline of most corporate game stores these days, I'm really happy to find out that the Games Workshop is more popular and profitable than ever. Whilst I was in there I really had to buy this Fellowship of the Ring and Balrog figurines. Everyone in this channel knows how much I enjoy the Elder Scrolls, and the only fantasy universe I enjoy as much as the Elder Scrolls is Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. So hopefully eventually I get around to actually painting these guys. I very much doubt I'll be able to paint the Balrog quite as artistically as that. Anyway, moving on, because we're now going to Willow's favourite store, which is GeekGamer, which again I visited in my last vlog. We're really lucky in our town to have a place like this here. It's not just good for buying things, it's really good for just hanging out as well. And the staff are just excellent and they're always really happy when I bring Willow into the store, giving her treats and attention. I've always got time for people who've got time for my dog. Moving on, because we've got a new game store in town down at the retail park. Now this is a good and a bad thing. They're moving these game stores into these Sports Direct stores in hopes to save money, because the same horrible company owns both of them. It's good because it ensures somewhat of a future for game, but it's bad because it takes away any kind of community and they're not too great to the staff either. But there's a few good things in here, and when I went in I picked up Subnautica for the Nintendo Switch. Now I've heard great things about this game and I really enjoy survival games, and I'm always careful these days to do some research on Nintendo Switch ports due to the inferior hardware. But thankfully it seems they've done a good job with the port, so this will do nicely on the night shift and you actually get the game plus its sequel both in the box. But next up we're going back up the high street because there's another new store which just opened at the start of the year and it's had a really hard time settling in due to the COVID lockdowns. And this place is a tabletop gaming store called Legion Forge and it's got the nicest owner you could ever meet. I signed up for a membership here to help the store out, which gives you a discount as well as use of the tables whenever you want. And even though he's just getting started, this guy's got really big plans for the store. I got a good few things in here today. I got my first batch of Star Wars Legion figurines, which is something I've been wanting to get into for a long time, because I'm a really big Star Wars fan and in particular the Clone Wars era, so I'm planning on building my collection around that. However, I'm not really sure how to properly play the game itself yet. Thankfully though, the owner back at Legion Forge is going to start doing tutorials soon. Another thing I picked up in store is this Elder Scrolls Call to Arms Adventure Followers set. This comes with the figurines of the followers from Skyrim, such as Yenessa, Mercurio, Horstag, Mjol the Lioness, and Darketheus. These are some of my favourite things that I enjoy collecting, these Call to Arms figures, and I've nearly completed the entirety of the Chapter 1, which focuses mainly on the Civil War figures and the Draugr. Chapter 2 of these figures, which has just started, seems to focus more on the Dwemer, so I'm really looking forward to see where they take this. So the Heavens have Unleashed and the Rains came out, and it's very heavy. And Willow, right here, she's scared of the rain, she doesn't like getting soggy paws. But There's another game store that I want to check out that's just opened, so I'm going to endure the wet weather and just head for it. So another new gaming store which actually caught me by surprise, I hadn't heard of this place and I'd just seen it, is Gamer King. And although really small, it's great to see little businesses like this popping up and offering something new to the high street. And again, although small, it's jam-packed with so many really good games for all different consoles. And though it's a shame that there wasn't too many retro games, considering I collect for the Super Nintendo, there's a great selection of PS2, PS3, 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Wii. I was particularly interested in their collector's editions, especially this Two Worlds 2 collector's edition, which I didn't know existed. I'd never heard of this thing. And this store had two different versions for it, at a really good price. I think I'll save this box though, for its own unboxing video. Again, I picked up a few more PlayStation 2 games because they were just so cheap, 50 pence and £1 for these games. I'm particularly interested in this Dragon Lairs game because I didn't know it was in the PlayStation 2. I really enjoyed the old one on the Super Nintendo, and I'm yet to play the new one on the Nintendo Switch due to the expensive price. But for the price tag of £1, it'll be interesting to see what the PlayStation 2 version of Dragon's Lair looks like. But that'll about do it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this vlog video as much as I enjoyed making it. It takes a lot of time and effort to put these things together, so I don't think they'll be too frequent. But hopefully for my next vlog we'll be getting out of town and going somewhere a bit more exciting with a lot more to offer. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to like, subscribe, and until next time, see ya.